The story begins with a young couple, Matt and Kate, referred to as Nadia in the original Bengali text, who have moved into their new house. This house is in a secluded area with no other houses or settlements nearby. Matt and Kate wanted a peaceful home away from the city noise, and Matt got this beautiful house at a very low price. When they arrive inside, the house is in very bad condition, appearing to have been empty for many years. So, the two of them start cleaning the house, and Matt throws unnecessary items out the window. While cleaning the kitchen, Kate finds a dead bird, which she takes outside to bury. Just then, Matt calls Kate from an upstairs window, which draws Kate's attention to Matt. When she looks back at the bird, it has vanished. Kate finds this strange and wonders where the bird suddenly went. Meanwhile, Matt also notices something odd on a wall, which he tears off the wallpaper to see, and there Matt finds a large door that required a key to open. Matt then starts looking for the key to that door and finds it among the garbage he threw outside. He then inserts the key into the keyhole and opens the door. Kate also arrives there. They both see a pitch black, deep, dark room inside, and as soon as the two of them enter that room, the outside light suddenly starts flickering. Seeing this, both of them feel something is wrong, and to solve this problem, Matt suggests they call an electrician. Saying this, he leaves, and Kate is left alone near the room. Kate wonders whether she should enter the room or not. But later, Kate feels some strange fear, so she follows Matt. The night passes like this, and the next day, Kate calls an electrician. After a while, an electrician arrives to fix the flickering light problem. He reaches the basement while checking the house's wiring, and is shocked by the sight there because the entire basement is filled with electrical wires, and there isn't a single corner without wires. These wires looked very old, and the electrician also says that he has never seen anything like this before. Anyway, the electrician somehow turns on the house lights and starts to leave, and on his way out, he tells Matt, "Why on earth did you buy this house? The previous owner of this house was murdered right here, and no one has agreed to live in this house since that day." Hearing this, Matt becomes very worried and starts researching the house. While researching online, Matt learns about the Thompson family in an old news article who were a couple. The article stated that the couple living in this house was murdered by their own son, named John. During the investigation, John told the police, "This house made me commit this murder." Matt dismisses this as a false story, and after many hours of research, he becomes tired. Then, he secretly goes to that dark room and starts drinking wine. There were already 2 sips of wine left in the bottle, which he drinks, emptying the bottle, and thinks to himself, "If only I had another bottle." Just then, the light suddenly starts flickering, and the light goes out for a while. When the light comes back on, a bottle of wine is lying in front of him. Seeing this, he is stunned, and when he touches the bottle with his hand, he realizes it is a real bottle. This means this room can fulfill any wish. The next morning, Kate wakes up. She sees that Matt is not there, so she goes to that room to find Matt. Upon going there, she sees that the entire room is filled with expensive paintings and new things, and Matt is very happy. Matt tells Kate, "This room has the power to fulfill any wish." He tells Kate that whatever you need, just wish for it wholeheartedly, and it will appear in front of you. Hearing this, Kate thinks Matt is joking, so she starts laughing at him. But Matt says, "Just try once." Then Kate says, "All right. Right now, I need a job, so I'll wish for that." Then Matt explains to her, "This room can't give a job. You wish for an object from it." After this, Kate closes her eyes and wishes for $1,000. And in the blink of an eye, $1,000 appears before them. But Kate is still not completely convinced. So, she wishes for $1 million again, and just like before, this time too, they receive $1 million. Now Kate also believes that this room is no ordinary room. It's a wish-fulfilling room. And then what? The two of them start wishing for one expensive item after another from that room, and those items appear in front of them. They collect expensive wine, expensive clothes, diamonds, gold, food, and lots of money. They become millionaires overnight and start living happily. At night, Kate asks Matt, "How is this room fulfilling all their wishes?" But Matt says, "We shouldn't worry about this at all. We just need to enjoy it." In this way, the two of them spend the next few days living like billionaires. Every time they had a wish, the light would flicker, and all their wishes would be instantly fulfilled in that basement room. They dance, party and have a lot of fun. But their glamorous life was only a guest for a few more days, and now their bad days are about to begin. Although this room could give everything, there was one thing that was the biggest wish of both their lives, and the room could grant that thing too. But the two of them were not ready to ask the room for that thing, and that thing was none other than a child. One day, Matt gives Kate a baby crib, which was a hint that they should try for a baby. Matt explains to Kate, "We should try one more time." But Kate was not ready for this, as she had already had 2 miscarriages before. Now Kate becomes worried. After thinking for a long time, she goes to this room and wishes for a baby, and she gets the baby. When Matt arrives and sees Kate with the baby, he gets very angry and starts scolding Kate, saying, "You shouldn't have taken a baby without my permission." They argue for a long time over this. Kate says that she took this shortcut so that she wouldn't have to endure the pain of miscarriage or childbirth. She says the two of us will be very happy with this baby. But Matt was not ready to accept this baby, and he tells Kate, "Go to that room and wish for this baby to be taken back." Now, Kate reluctantly comes to that room and tries to make the baby disappear, but she cannot do it. So, she hands the baby to Matt. Now with the baby in his arms, Matt also becomes emotional, and he also cannot wish for the baby to disappear and hands the baby back to Kate's lap. Now they both decide that they will raise this baby, and thus the two of them become parents to a child. Now Kate was quite happy with the baby, but Matt had absolutely no affection for this child, and Matt wanted to know more about this room. So, he starts researching again and finds out that the boy who murdered his own parents, the homeowners, is still alive and living in an asylum. Knowing this, Matt puts some money from the pile of wished-for money in his pocket and sets out to meet John. After arriving at the hospital, the nurse asks Matt, "Are you a reporter?" Because no one from the family has come for John for the past 45 years. Hearing this, Matt lies. "I am also a reporter." After a while, John arrives. John has grown old, and sitting at the back table, John tells Matt, "I was waiting for you." Hearing this, Matt feels something strange, and he directly asks John, "What do you know about this room, and why did you kill your parents?" Then John says, "I didn't kill my parents. Rather, that room made me do it." After this, John smiles and says, "I know you're having fun now. Lots of food, expensive clothes, and pleasure. But soon you'll have to pay the price." And John tells Matt, "Leave this house as soon as possible." Matt doesn't think John's mental state is stable, so he leaves him there and starts heading home. On the way, he stops the car at a gas station to fill it up. After filling the gas, when Matt reaches into his pocket to pay the attendant, ash comes out in his hand instead of money. Seeing this, he is stunned and hands the attendant money from another pocket and quickly reaches home, starting to wonder why the large amount of money he had in his pocket on his way vanished all of a sudden. Now, to confirm this, he takes the money he wished for from the room and throws it out the window. And as he watches, the money suddenly disappears. After this, Matt takes a painting wished for from the room, keeps half of it inside the house and half outside. After a while, the part that was outside the house turns into ash, and the remaining part stays as it is. Seeing this, Matt realizes that they cannot take any item obtained from this room outside the house, or else all those items will turn into ash. Matt now starts breaking the room's walls to find out what is hidden inside this room, but there was nothing but tangled wires inside the walls, wires and more wires everywhere. Hearing the sound of the wall breaking, Kate also arrives there. Kate starts going outside with the baby in her arms, but Matt warns her against going outside and says, "It's not safe to take the baby outside." He cannot tell Kate the real reason, but he himself understood that anything wished for from that room would be destroyed if taken outside of it. But despite Matt's warning, Kate takes the baby outside. As soon as she takes him outside, the baby starts crying loudly, and his color starts changing. Seeing this, Kate also starts screaming. Hearing Kate's sound, Matt runs to her and takes both of them inside the house. And now we see that the small baby is no longer a small baby. Rather, he has become an 8-year-old boy in a few seconds. Here, Matt tells Kate the whole truth, that the room can fulfill all their wishes. But they cannot take the things it gives outside the house, or else those things will age and turn into ash. Hearing this, Kate becomes very sad, and now they both decide that they will keep this boy inside the house. They will never let him go outside, or else he will die. Days pass like this. Kate teaches the boy everything inside the house. She considers him her son and names this boy Shane. Shane was quite different from other children. He wouldn't listen to anyone, nor would anything affect him. His behavior was not childlike at all. When eating, he would eat ice. But despite all this behavior, Kate loved Shane very much. Kate explains to Shane that he cannot go outside the house because there are dangerous people outside who will kill him. Hearing this, Shane becomes very sad and looks at the outside world from inside the house, sometimes through the window and sometimes through the door. Whenever Kate left the house or came inside, she would lock the door so that Shane could not go outside the house. One day, when Shane was playing with a snow globe in the room, Matt arrives there. Since Matt had absolutely no affection for Shane, he scolds Shane, saying, "You shouldn't be playing here," in fear. The snow globe falls from Shane's hand and breaks. Shane is very hurt by Matt's behavior. At night, Shane goes near their room and starts secretly listening to Kate and Matt's conversation. The two of them were talking about that room. Hearing this, Shane starts to suspect that there must be something in that room that he is unaware of. He wonders why these two do not let him go outside the house and tell him to stay away from that room. So, Shane picks up a flashlight and starts investigating the house, proceeding until he reaches the basement, which had a lot of complex wires. After crossing all that, he finally reaches that room, and here he learns all the secrets. All night, the light flickers on and off throughout the house, but Matt and Kate, being asleep, do not notice anything. The next morning, when Matt wakes up, he sees a new snow globe lying next to him and the broken globe some distance away. Seeing this, he becomes worried. Who made this new globe? Matt goes straight to Kate and wakes her up, asking, "Did you wish for this globe from that room?" In response, Kate says, "No, I didn't wish for this globe." Just then, seeing the light flicker, he realizes that it's all Shane's work. The two of them quickly run towards that room, and upon going there, they are both stunned, since Shane was not allowed to go outside the house with the desire to go outside in his heart. He wished for a very large outdoor area for himself from that room which had an open sky and a large forest, and Shane was playing happily there. Kate is happy to see the world created by her son and starts playing with him. But Matt was not at all happy with Shane's action because he was afraid that Shane might wish for a gun or some other wrong thing from that room, which would endanger their lives. Because of this, he holds Shane's hand and brings him back inside the house. Now Matt carefully keeps the key to that room with him and forbids Shane from going to that room. But Kate asks Matt not to do this. She says, "We already don't let Shane go outside the house. Now the poor thing has made a separate outdoor area for himself, so we shouldn't forbid him from going there. And there is no danger to his life there either." But Matt doesn't listen to Kate and says, "Shane is still a child. I'm afraid that he might mistakenly wish for something from that room that will bring danger to the two of us." Just then the phone rings, and even without permission, Shane picks up the phone. But Matt quickly snatches the phone from him and starts talking himself. On the other end, it was John who understands from Shane's voice that Matt has wished for a child from that room. Now Matt also doesn't hide anything from him and asks, "How do we save ourselves from this child?" Meanwhile, in the kitchen, Kate secretly listens to everything the two of them are saying on the other phone. John tells him his truth, saying, "I was also wished for from that room." He explains, "I killed my parents because I also wanted to see the outside world. But when I went outside the house, my age started increasing, and when I asked the room, it told me that if you want to go outside this house, you have to kill the person who wished for you. That's why I killed the woman who wished for me and killed her husband as well. That's why I am in jail today." He tells Matt, "My story and Shane's story are the same. If you want to save Shane and show him the outside world, you have to kill the person who wished for Shane. Now, if you wished for Shane, then you have to sacrifice yourself. And if your wife wished for Shane, then you have to kill her." And all these words were also being heard by Kate on the other end of the line. Hearing all this, Kate becomes very sad, and she takes the car and leaves the house, which makes Matt start worrying about her. Kate thinks about killing herself to give Shane life, but she cannot do it. Meanwhile, Matt sits at the table and starts eating dinner with Shane. Then Shane asks Matt, "Where did my mother go?" and asks many more questions. Annoyed, he tells Shane he is not their real son, and he has no parents. Not only that, in anger, he throws Shane out of the room. Shane goes upstairs to his room, crying in fear. Within a few moments, Matt realizes his mistake. He goes to Shane's room and starts apologizing to him, and the two of them sleep together all night. When Kate returns home, she feels very good seeing the two of them sleeping together. After a while, Matt wakes up and sees that Kate has returned home. Matt tells Kate, "I was very worried about you," and says, "Forgive me because I shouted at Shane and also argued with you while talking." The two of them start getting closer to each other. And as the two of them were getting intimate in the room, Shane secretly starts watching them from the door. He feels attraction for Kate in his heart. Now he also wishes to do all these things. So he now waits for the two of them to fall asleep. When the two of them fall into a deep sleep, Shane quietly comes and steals the key to go outside the house from Matt's pocket. The next morning, Matt and Kate see the front door open and realize that Shane has left the house. So they were afraid that he might not have died. But just then, they are stunned to see Shane in another part of the house, because Shane has now become young and strong. He points a gun at his parents and threatens them. Then Kate tries to reason with him. Meanwhile, Matt attacks Shane, and a fight breaks out between the two. But during their fight, Kate falls down after being pushed and passes out. After a while, Matt wakes her up and says, Shane died due to an accidental gunshot. Hearing this, Kate starts crying. Matt consoles her and brings her back inside the house, and here comes the biggest twist of the story, because the Matt who took Kate into the house is actually Shane. Meanwhile, in the other room where their fight took place, the real Matt regains consciousness and searches the whole house for his wife. Just then, seeing the light flicker again, he goes to that room, but his wife Kate was not present there either. On the other hand, Kate had no idea at all that the person sitting next to her was not Matt, but Shane. But Kate also notices some changes in Matt. And soon, from his habit of eating ice, Kate finds out that this is not Matt, but Shane, who has wished for himself to have Matt's appearance from the room. Meanwhile, the real Matt realizes that he is trapped alone in this house. Shane has wished for his wife to be transported from this house to another house. Now, he starts breaking the walls with all his strength to get out of this house, and finally, after crossing all the wires, he reaches that room, which was now a forest with many tall trees. Going there, Matt learns that Shane had used the room to enlarge this place significantly, and had also created a replica house there, just like theirs. He also understands that Shane had taken Kate hostage in this replica house, assuming his form, and had done this to have a physical relationship with her in isolation. As this thought comes to him, Matt runs through the forest to get his wife back and finally reaches inside that replica house, where Shane was trying to force himself on Kate. Seeing Matt come inside, Shane prepares for a fight again. Now, even Kate cannot recognize which one is the real Matt because the two of them look exactly alike. And here, both of them tell Kate, "Come with me." Now, Kate uses her intelligence and calls out Shane's name. Hearing this, Shane looks at her, and Kate realizes that this is Shane. Then she pushes Shane down. As soon as he falls to the ground, he reverts to his original form. Meanwhile, Matt and Kate try to get out of the room, but they can not because Shane had wished for them to be trapped in this house from the room. Even after many attempts, when the two of them cannot get out of the house, Matt stops and starts looking for a way to escape from their peer. Matt cleverly makes a wish that, may the new forms of the two of us remain inside this house, and may our original forms leave this house. Just then, Shane also arrives there and stabs Matt, killing him. After this, he starts persuading Kate, saying, "Forget Matt and stay with me." But in the middle of all this talk, he realizes that this is actually a clone of Matt and Kate. Meanwhile, the real Matt and Kate run towards the forest outside the room to escape. Seeing this, Shane gets very angry and quickly starts running after them. Here, the two of them reach the original house. When Shane also reaches the original house, he runs and attacks Matt. But here, Matt cleverly grabs Shane tightly and takes him out of the house with him. Seeing his life in danger, Shane runs towards the door again. But before he can enter, Kate closes the door. Now, Shane tries to confuse Kate here. He says, "Please, Mom, open the door for me." But Kate now understands everything. So, she cries as she watches Shane age. Slowly, his body starts to melt, and finally, he turns into ash. Kate comes to him and starts crying, picking up the ash created from his body because Kate considered him her son. After this, Matt comes to Kate, and the two of them embrace each other. Now the scene changes, and we are shown a few months later. Matt and Kate have settled in a small house and start living peacefully. But after a few days, Kate nervously takes a pregnancy test, and the report is positive. This means that the two of them are now going to have their own child. With this, the story ends. If you enjoy this story, then don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.